So I've actually uploaded this vlog to YouTube, and unfortunately there must have been too many songs that we're playing in the background here, so video got copyrighted. Not actually that big of a deal because it's only a short vlog, and I wasn't actually narrating over the video itself. It was pretty much just chatter here and there, and then the odd insightful piece of information. But yeah, overall, this was just a fun home gym back day with my mate Ollie. So as you can see here, we had the fire going in the background outside, just basically house renovations, burning a load of stuff up there, and started training. Thought it'd be quite cool to whip out the camera. Definitely having that fire going boosted testosterone by a big amount. So I'd recommend any of you guys, if you're doing a home gym workout, get a fucking bonfire going, get a fire blazing, and you'll be well on your way to a good pump. So we're actually starting off the session here with single arm lat pull throughs, or whatever you want to call them. They are really, really good for targeting your lat. As you can see here, like, I was in crazy amounts of pain after doing this one, but good pain, like just pure isolation on the muscle, crazy fatigue, like the stretch and the absolute crazy feeling that I'm getting in that one side of my back, especially there under the armpit. You can see stretching up all through the lat was crazy. So the range of motion is fantastic for me on here. You can see I'm stretching all the way through and then just really trying to pin that elbow down into my pocket. So that's a really good cue that I've always used, even on lat pull down, is try and tuck your elbows into your pockets. So as you can see here, I'm doing a full stack. So there's no way for me to currently add any more weight onto this, which is why I'm going at a very, very slow pace. Because if I was just to crank this out as quick as possible, or at least at a kind of relatively fast pace, then I'd just be getting a silly amount of reps. So slowing it down, making the set very difficult is worked very well. So after this exercise, moving on to some bent over barbell rows. So I do these with a bit more of an upright stance, which does work a bit more of my traps and upper back, but it's a nice change. And as I've said in the previous few back days, I'm trying to include a bit more scapular retraction. So whether that be through a barbell row or through a cable row or something in between, it does help me a lot. So I'm not sure what sort of weight I had on here. I think probably quite heavy, maybe 130, 140 kilos, something like that. Not actually wearing a belt here or straps, but just maintaining a good level of strength. This was probably the first couple of days on a diet, so I wasn't really affected too much by the calorie deficit. And obviously sometimes as well, when you are bulking really hard, you can feel quite bloated and full in the stomach. So for exercises where you're slightly more bent over, like an RDL or a barbell row, things like that, I personally think they can actually be a bit more comfortable when you're lower body fat. Obviously, when you're in the depths of a diet, that's different because then everything's low energy, you've got a lot of fatigue, and you should realistically be more tired than if you're in a bulk with full energy and full carbohydrates in your system, etc. But yeah, either way, feeling good on this one and nice to do for a change. So this was a really good exercise, actually, looking back on it. I think having this in the plan, not at the start of the session, but like somewhere in the middle, works well for me. I did used to start with this a lot of the time, but it would just wipe me out for the session, and I was kind of just chasing heavy numbers. So now trying to focus a bit more on the actual muscle itself, building the aesthetics and the size rather than just the strength. That's worked well for me. And honestly, sometimes I think that I focused too much on strength and got almost too strong on certain exercises. Like, for example, I know this sounds silly, but if I could actually remove a bit of strength on that seated lat pull through, that would probably be better for me, because then I'm further away from reaching my max potential and it's got more room for me to progressively overload without having to buy like gym pins or additional weights. So yeah, either way, that's obviously a good problem to have. And when I go to a proper gym, that's when I really use that opportunity to use all of the extra weights that they've got, especially if there's plate loaded machines. Realistically, you're never going to kind of max out those. So yeah, after doing a bit of back, moving on to a bit of biceps here as well. So this one you'll see me do quite a lot in the home gym sessions, just a really good isolation for me. And as I said in the previous video, I actually let my arms and forearms come through into my thighs a little bit just to get that extra stretch, and it's really, really nice. I'd say the first time you do this, it probably doesn't feel too smooth, but if you keep giving it a go and practice with it, it's a really, really good exercise. And I like it as well because there's less fatigue on the rest of my body. So I do love standing curls and things like that, but I find that if you're quite tired at the end of a session, even just standing up, holding a really heavy dumbbell in each hand for a set of 30 to 60 seconds, if you're going for high rep, it can become very taxing on just your whole body and your breathing, etc. So being situated and being stuck in position there just gives me personally more control. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Nice short video. I just thought I'd do a quick voiceover, as like I said, it was copyrighted, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. The only way is up.